become disconnected. So there's a lot going on there. The West 60 is getting slow coming away from 7, but absolutely stops at Crossroads. Once you get past that, pretty good drive. 710. Kfi in the sky. Helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
This report is sponsored by Owen Patterson and Owen.
The traffic outside is frightful, yet holidays are so delightful. If injured, we want you to know there is only one place to go. That's OPO. Owen, Patterson and Owen. Over $10 billion recovered for accident victims. LA's award-winning law firm, OPOLaw.com.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. COVID cases and new variants are unfortunately on the rise again. If you're experiencing symptoms, think you've been exposed, or just aren't quite sure about that one gathering you attended recently, get a no-cost patient COVID test at covidclinic.org. And locations all throughout the state with a rapid result testing also available. So visit covidclinic.org and find a location near you. It is easy, fast, and super safe. covidclinic.org.
Living with someone who tested positive for COVID-19 in the past 5 days? Those 18 and over who are not vaccinated may be able to take part in a clinical trial for a possible medication to prevent COVID-19. This trial is not for a vaccine, and participation is voluntary. Participants will receive study-related care at no cost and may receive reimbursement for study-related time and travel. To learn more, call 844-461-1936. That's 844-461-1936. Sponsored by Merck.
Ah, girl, thank you. You're a lifesaver. No problem. There was something with my car. I love a new car like yours. Actually, it's not new. It's a Toyota certified used car. Wow, looks new. Drives great. Oh, that's because Toyota inspects from top to bottom. Gives them great warranties. And, you know, it's a Toyota.
Huh. Mind dropping me off at a Toyota dealer?
Good move.
The best new cars make the best used cars. And now you can get 0.99 APR on any used Camry, Corolla, or any of the RAV4 family. Along with a 160-point inspection, you get a 12-month or 12,000-mile limited comprehensive warranty and 7 years of roadside assistance from the date of purchase. For all warranties, see dealer for details. Not all customers will qualify. Limited term financing through Toyota Financial Services. Must take delivery from Toyota Certified Used Vehicle Dealer stock by midnight January 3rd. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Wondering when's the best time to get your Real ID? How about right now? Starting May 3rd, 2023, you'll need a federally accepted form of identification, like a Real ID, to fly within the United States and visit military bases. And it's easier than ever to get one. Get your Real ID by starting the application online, uploading the correct documents, and making your appointment at the DMV to finish the process. There's no need to wait. Beat the rush. Visit CaliforniaRealID.org today.
Hey, it's Neil Saavedra. You know, new windows for your home bring light, beauty, of course, efficiency. I know this firsthand because the French doors and stunning kitchen windows from American Vision Windows brought some of the most dramatic and beautiful changes to our home. Now, we all know Bill and Kathleen's story. Horrible experience when they replaced their own windows. They started their own company. So fast forward 20 years, they're still bringing warmth, light, and beauty to homes like mine. Now, for a limited time, American Vision Windows will pay the tax plus 0 payments until 2023. Tax based on materials only, on purchase of 8 or more windows, cannot be combined with any other offers, on approved credit, and some restrictions apply. CSLB number 778326. I recommend them to friends and family and to you. Trust the window company that I trust, my family trusts. American Vision Windows. Give them a call. Get that free estimate today. 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or for all their specials, visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
We have a lot to celebrate this holiday season, but COVID-19 hasn't gone away. So let's make sure to keep our celebration safer by following these tips. Get vaccinated to protect loved ones, and get a booster to keep your immunity strong. Wear a mask in all public indoor settings, and if possible, keep gathering small, short, and outdoors if you're uncertain of everyone's vaccination status. Bring on the cheer safely this year. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Sideline the panic, sideline the this is nothing, and just be sensible.
Figure out who in your life you think is going to be the most vulnerable.
Make sure that you have a hedge of protection around them for this thing.
Be careful.
Gary and Shannon.
And then go live your life.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on KFI.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Yeah, good morning. Handle warning crew. It's wet. It's
wet. And we're looking at rain, snow in the upper elevations through Christmas Day. So you're going to enjoy yourself a snowy, wet, dreary, gray, cold Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Tyler's going to be up at Big Bear, enjoying the friggin' snow.
Yeah. There'll be lots of it. Actually, we desperately need it. Let's finish up handle on the news. Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
All right, let's do a quick poll. Which of the two following things should NBA star Kevin Durant be more worried about? A, that his team, the Brooklyn Nets, are ravaged by COVID, so much so that they are scrambling to put together the minimum 8-man roster to keep playing, or that some random 8th grader on Twitter had a video of taking a basketball shot that Kevin Durant didn't think was very good. Well, he thinks his priority is number 2. This kid, he's doing a shot, he misses the shot, and Kevin Durant replies to this tweet, "This S stinks." Hurts the kid's feelings, as you might imagine.
And you're going to see the lawsuit. And
No,
there will be
Pain and suffering.
Yeah, humiliation, emotional distress, pain and suffering. He'll never be able to look at a basketball without freaking out. He'll never be able to have a Coke because they sell Coke at the stadium. So it's just anything he sees related to the game.
Actually, I know you don't like positivity, but this kid has some good parenting going on. He's an 8th grader. Here's how he responded. "Thanks for the constructive criticism. I've grown from my 6th grade year. Maybe we can work on some stuff together. All love. Hopefully I can get to where you are one day."
Wow, that is very gracious. Certainly more gracious than Durant.
Than Durant deserves.
Now, was he tagged in it? How did Kevin Durant even see this?
It ended up on a social media account called Overtime.
Oh, got
So
it.
he
Okay.
probably follows
Probably
that.
follows that. Got it.
Or someone he knows follows it.
And maybe told, hey, maybe people are like, hey, maybe they know he likes to criticize kids for not being so good at basketball. And the kids are like, oh, look at this dummy, Kevin. And Kevin Durant took the bait. What a dink.
Merry Christmas. Disneyland is raising prices by more than 150% on 2 of its most popular rides at California Adventure. If you want to go to the Lightning Lane, which is the pay-to-ride ones. Now, the Lightning Lane prices for Web Slingers and Radiator Springs, that's the cars one, went from $7 to $18 this year as more and more people are going into Disneyland. And now it's a $20 Genie Plus service. You can get to the front of the line, but then you have to add the $7 and the $20 ride on top of that if you want to go to the Lightning thing.
It's unbelievable.
Crazy.
It's unbelievable. And if they raise it to $25, that means more people are going to come there.
Yep.
And if it gets to the point where if you're going to do the speed line, if you're going to do one of those other rides, you're at $200 basically per person per day.
Yep. And the new price went to now between $7 and $18. It's now $18 for Web Slingers and Radiator Springs if you want to go to the Lightning Lane. I mean, on top of the Genie Plus.
Yeah, it's just insane. There's no limit. And people will pay
have
it.
been trying to price people out of the park for years.
Yes.
They cannot price people out of the park.
Is there a point?
It seems at this point there is no upper limit that will affect their attendance. I guess they'll keep trying until, I mean, at some point when it's $500 to get through the gate and $50 to get in the Lightning Lane,
Maybe.
high-demand ride, maybe that's what it will take.
Or we get into 4 figures for entry to the park. And that means X number more people are going to come. You talk about a business model, they have to get out of the way of making money.
Yeah.
If they dodge a pile of money coming at them, they'll get hit on the other side with the other pile.
Yeah, coming from all directions.
Yeah.
They should start requiring appendages. Because that would limit your lifetime ability to get into the park. Sorry, you're all out of fingers and you're all out of toes. You can't come to Disneyland anymore.
So I have a quick question, and we're basically done. and that is when you talk about crowd control, limiting the number of people to park. Do you really think that that is in their heads, or they just say we can get away with more and more money because look at the model that we have, or look at the fact that we are Disneyland?
I think it's a little of both. They are legitimately interested in trying to tamp down some of those days where by 8:30 a.m. that's it. Nobody else is getting in for the day. They're trying to tamp down. But your point is also well taken, because capitalism is what the market will bear, and they continue to explore what that market will bear.
Yeah, the Disney cruises are really expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the little mouse ears that they have, those little hats, are now $400.
Wow, that seems pricey.
It is. It's all pricey.
Do they at least come with the chin strap to hold them on, or is that extra?
That's extra. That's an added feature. We are done. Coming up, COVID crooks. But I mean COVID crooks. This is KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
When you're ready to wake up from your eggnog fog,
KFI will get you up to date.
KFI.
KOST HD2,
Los Angeles, Orange County.
live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Rainy few days. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Forecasters say this rain will continue, and it threatens to dampen the Christmas holiday. It's also likely to bring snow to the mountains. The National Weather Service says the rain will be on and off and possibly heavy at times through the holiday weekend. Now, because of this, some of the burned areas in Orange County will be under a voluntary evacuation warning starting at 8 this morning. The warning impacts people living in Silverado, Williams, and Majeska Canyon. Some streets in those areas will be restricted to local traffic only. News is brought to you by veteran-owned Semper Solaris. LA County Health Director Barbara Ferrer says at the current rate, the county could see 20,000 cases of COVID-19 per day by the end of the year.
Very high case numbers can easily cause significant stress to our healthcare system. If even a small percent of those infected experience and require hospital care.
Ferrer says vaccines remain the #1 way to reduce the spread of the virus and the best way to reduce the effects of infection. Ferrer says for now she doesn't plan to place severe restrictions or closures on businesses. New details have come out about distribution plans for the new COVID-19 pill Paxlovid. The drug was just authorized by the FDA.
Most of them were near Ice House Canyon Saddle, and I think...
That's the wrong cut. Let's try this one.
The federal government has ordered 10 million courses of the pill, but that order will take months to fully fulfill. And with the holidays here, Dr. Anthony Fauci says you should consider asking unvaccinated family members not to come.
ABC's Trevor Alt said Paxlovid has shown to reduce the need to go to the hospital by nearly 90% among people at risk for severe illness. Crews have been busy rescuing people on Mount Baldy. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Lieutenant Dan Fucher with the department's aviation unit says his team made 4 air rescues from the mountain in the last week.
Most of them were near Ice House Canyon Saddle, and I think the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department also had at least one additional hoist rescue.
Fucher says 2 hikers who fell Tuesday used a lost phone from someone rescued the day before to call 911. The phone only had 1% battery life left. LA suing the owners of an apartment building in South LA to make security changes in response to increasing gang violence.
City Attorney Mike Fewer says while there have been 5 documented shootings at the building since January, he suspects much more crime has gone unreported.
Because we know that neighbors in this community may be reluctant to report crime for fear of reprisal.
Fewer says the building is home to family members who are alleged gang members, one of which was named in the lawsuit. The suit is calling on the building's owners to make more security changes than previously made after a meeting with Fewer's office. One of the changes is evicting the alleged gang member named in the suit. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
The Department of Veterans Affairs has appointed a homeless czar for the LA area.
Dr. Keith Harris is a licensed clinical psychologist and was most recently the National Director of Clinical Operations for the VA's Homeless Programs Office. Harris now will serve as Senior Executive Homelessness Agent for the Southland, working between the VA's central office and the VA Medical Center in West LA. The priority, he says, will be 3 projects outlined in the VA's master plan for dealing with the homeless. The creation of a virtual homeless operations hub to share strategies nationwide, VA campus development, and homeless program operations. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Police have arrested a man suspected of fatally shooting a father of 3 in Covina. The dad and some of his neighbors tried to stop a man who stole something from a car Tuesday night. The dad's sister says he was a great family man.
My nephew broke my heart. Who's gonna play football with me? Who's going to Disneyland?
The man's mother says her grandmother is devastated her father will not be around for Christmas. And consumer prices rose 5.7% over the past 12 months. That's the fastest gain in 39 years. Workers filing for unemployment benefits are at their lowest levels in more than half a century. The Wall Street Journal reports more workers have left their jobs as higher inflation motivated them to seek higher wages. We're checking your drive on the 60.
All right, still at home, boy. Give yourself some extra time. Most of the freeways have light traffic up forward. We've got some bad crashes to warn you about. One is coming off the West 60. West 60, the Pomona Freeway, transition to the southbound 605. Very busy spot. Left lane at the transition is about wound up like a very complicated crash. We're told the right lane is open. This to crawl, though, coming through Industry. The West 60 stops at 7. Once you get past this, pretty good drive to East LA if you're going there. And another big problem, Glendale Burbank, westbound 134, the beginning of the transition to north and south 5. Been another spin out there. It hit the barrels, and that causes a mess. They had all lanes shut down there for a little bit. Westbound 134 stops at San Fernando Road, building back towards Pacific. Really got to watch yourself. Most of the freeways now, Orange County Inland, are doing pretty good. But again, watch yourself on transitions and ons and offs. That's where all the problems occur. Be careful. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
The Clippers ended a 3-game skid with a 105-89 thrashing of the Sacramento Kings. Eric Bledsoe took high score honors for LA with 19 points. Coach Ty Lue gives credit for the win to the kids.
Our young guys came in, picked our defense up. We was able to get out in transition, attack early. They just gave us some energy, and I thought it started with our defense. I thought our defense was great all night.
The Lakers get the San Antonio Spurs at 7:30 at Staples Center. Say it while you can. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
If you've decided to move out of your house, going someplace else, like you've done with Southern California, or you're downsizing, financial issues, maybe you've inherited the home, so you typically list it with a real estate broker. And that means you pay 6% for the privilege, and then you get to engage in hours of cleaning, painting, repairing, and then prospective buyers walk through your house, and you've got to get the hell out of town. Well, at least get the hell out of your house. And it has to be immaculate. Now, what a pain. So let's do it another way. Directbuyers.com. There are no commissions. You don't have to clean your house up. You can leave it the pigsty that it is. You don't have to paint. You don't have to repair. I mean, none of that. You get paid in cash and fast, 10 days or less. Directbuyers.com. That's what they do. They'll never lowball you. You can get a $15,000 cash advance before closing, and what they will give you is an honest, no-obligation offer. Go to directbuyers.com, directbuyers.com, call 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com.
At Sit and Sleep, we know that people are experts at all kinds of things, except one, how to shop for the right mattress.
Right, Dad. Shopping for a mattress isn't something you do every day, or even every 8 years.
That's why Sit and Sleep has mattress experts with an average of 10 years experience and bed mesh technology that scientifically recommends just the right mattress for you.
So for expert advice, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
You know, Drew, I'm an expert at other things.
Like what?
Streaming free!
Your KFI Financial Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm. Checking now the Dow, it is up 193, S&P is up 23, and the NASDAQ is up 46, and the average price of a gallon of unleaded gas in California is $4.66.
With a range of commercial fire and security solutions, Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call.
We've got rain today, basically a 50% chance of rain every day through Christmas, and a chance of snow in the mountains as well. Highs today will be around 60, but we should be even cooler tomorrow into Saturday. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Good morning, Bill Handel here, and the morning crew on a Thursday, wet December 23rd. It looks like rain, snow in the upper elevations.
right through Christmas Day. Some of the big news we're covering: the FDA just approved Merck's COVID-19 treatment pill under emergency use authorization. It is the second at-home treatment pill. This is after you get COVID, and effectively it is, well, a cure, if you will, or at least a certain lessening of symptoms, the possibility of hospitalization. And the good news is the British studies are confirming the preliminary news that the Omicron is less severe, even though the transmissibility is crazy. Now, talking about COVID for a moment, we have and we know that there was tons of fraud committed in PPP money and the stimulus money. It was strictly the stuff you applied for, and that's PPP. And there was just a lot of fraud. You could just say, I own a business, and I had 40 employees, and I want to keep them on, and my business has gone in the toilet. And just literally state that, and the government's going to go, okay, we were in the middle of a huge crisis, and there really wasn't time to set up the bureaucracy or enough people when there was an agency that could oversee that. I mean, there's just fraud. $100 billion is estimated, and it may go higher than that. And there are a couple of really high-profile stories. First of all, I don't know if you remember Allison Marie Baber, a U.S. Olympic speed skater. She is accused of ripping off $10 million from COVID relief money. And, I mean, that's insane. You talk about big, big dollars. And former New York Jets wide receiver, Ken Brill Tompkins, and his ripoff is in the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. By the way, that's not to say the average Joe guy, the perks, getting busted. And the way they get busted is, I mean, they're just so stupid. They, first of all, spend their money on trivial purposes, if you want to call it trivial. Flashy cars, 5-figure Pokemon cards, and I will tell you about that, because that is a great story at 9 a.m. And then they put it on the website. They put it on social media. Look at me with my new Lamborghini. What do you mean? What do you mean, your new Lamborghini? Where did you come up with that? Where did you come up with $400,000 for a car? Oh yeah, that is next to my Bentley that I just bought. It has to be that blatant, really, because frankly, the government doesn't have the opportunity to go after all of it. It's under the Secret Service jurisdiction, and they just don't have the people. And so he was nailed for, actually, she was nailed for laundering, making false statements to a bank, defrauding an estimated $10 million of COVID funds. I mean, how the hell do you do that? Well, in her case, she applied for 8 paycheck protection programs in April, seeking the $10 million for her production company, Allison Baber Entertainment. 2 years after her skating retirement, she went for it. And what she said was that she had a monthly payroll of $4.7 million, where she had no monthly payroll. She didn't have employees. And she claimed to have between 100 and 430 people. I mean, that's really going for it. Man, when you go for that level, they're going to pay attention. And she transferred another $150,000 to another production company that she founded. I mean, it goes on and on with these perpetrators. And I get calls from on Handle on the Law constantly saying, you know, Bill, I was on unemployment, and I actually was working for 2 weeks and took the unemployment checks. Am I in trouble? I think you've certainly violated the law. I mean, that is fraud against the Social Security system or fraud against the unemployment state of California. But you think they're going to go after 2 weeks of wages when they have people that are ripping off California, the county, the feds, to the tune of millions of dollars each? So
Are you wrong? Yes, you are wrong. Are you criminally liable? Yes, you are. Even though the punishment would be a slap on the wrist. Is there virtually any chance of you getting nailed on this? No. I mean, there's bigger fish to fry. I'm talking about tens of millions, maybe $100 billion of fish. That is a lot of fish, for sure. And I'm looking at 6 pages of these where you have person after person and story after story and scheme after scheme. But we are just digging into the beginning of the COVID fraud. And I tell you, this is, what a great way for this scheme of fraudsters. It's like an open invitation. It's like an email was sent to them saying, hey, you want to make some real money? You go right ahead and defraud us. Burlington, Vermont, known for a few things, and one of them is cutting its police force by 30%. And has that come back to bite them in the ass? I'll talk about that when we return. This is KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Let's turn into a report from Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Well, families are being urged to rethink their Christmas gatherings as COVID cases surge again. The Omicron variant is now in every state, spreading from South Africa in less than a month. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the safest way to celebrate this weekend is to avoid gatherings of over 30 people. The new COVID variant, though, doesn't seem to be slowing holiday travel. Tomorrow, the best time is to leave before 1 p.m., and in cities like L.A., Seattle, Houston, Chicago, they are expecting travel to soar 200% from last year. And the jury in the Ghislaine Maxwell sex trial is taking a Christmas break. They'll start a 4th day of deliberations Monday, while Maxwell spends her 60th birthday, which is on Christmas Day, in a cell in Manhattan. She, of course, is facing 6 counts related to recruiting and grooming teen girls for sex with Jeffrey Epstein. We've got your drive on the 118 next.
Contractor license 1047-781. Sometimes when I'm hanging out with my ghetto technicians, they tell me something I never expected. Really? Like what? Most of our guys used to work for small companies before they came to work for us. I can't believe you didn't know that already. Oh, I knew that. What I didn't know is that most of them were afraid of coming to work for a big company like Gettle. They were afraid of becoming invisible, you know, like a cog in a machine. I was afraid too. So why did you come, Zach? I came to Gettle for the same reason as all them other guys. I'm on pins and needles. I came because you don't take shortcuts. Good technicians always want to work for someone who believes in doing things the right way, not the easy way. I appreciate you saying that, Zach. And we appreciate you giving us the time to do the job right, even after we've already quoted a price. And all them extra hours coming out of your pocket. If I didn't do things the right way, my dad would slap me on the back of my head, and he was pissed. And you ain't never made none of us feel invisible either. Goetl. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
We're looking at your drive on the 118.
All right, you betcha, boy. It's messy everywhere, not just the 118. But be careful now. First, westbound 118 is Haven Earth. It's a little bit west of the 405. The problem there is slowing things down. Not stop, but definitely slow coming away from the 405. But farther west now, actually quite a bit west, top of the hill, Rocky Peak. I see something working right at the top of the hill there. So just be careful going through. Now back to the Newhall Pass. South 5 truck bypass. They've been closed since yesterday due to yesterday's crash. Really, the main lines are open. But the other way, South 14 before the merge, which is southbound 5. Earlier crash has cleared, but still a little slow going through there. And finally, Industry, quite a problem, still working. West 60 to the South 605, one lane of the transition open. The westbound drive is